Yo managers, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Manchester United's transfer market madness over the last 3 years. Some of these signings are going to make you want to cheer and others are going to make you want to cry. Trust me, I know. So buckle up and let's rank every major signing from A to D. Here we go. Starting off in 2021, which started with the return of the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. The man, the myth, the legend, and the greatest of all time. In his first season back, Ronaldo managed to get 18 Premier League goals and 6 in the Champions League. It's not bad for a guy in his late 30s, right? But was it really what United needed? He saved them in games, but in terms of tactics, some would say his presence stunned the team's development. But I think it was probably the lack of a good manager. And you can't argue with those numbers. It's not like he came just to collect a paycheck. He brought so much in terms of a signing, like leadership, aura, goals. It's just Ronaldo, you know what I mean? So for a United signing, I'm putting him in B tier. It could have been better and the ending was sad. It just is what it was, right? And following Ronaldo into the Carrington doors was Jadon Sancho. It was 85 million euros after 2 years of chasing him, and then United finally got their man from Dortmund. His first season though, in 2 words, underwhelming and Twitter. In the 2021 and 22 season, Sancho only managed 3 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League. And I know, he was young at the time, but for that price tag, we expected a lot more. And in hindsight, we can clearly see there was definitely an attitude or commitment issues towards United, but I still think it wasn't that bad. And if certain things never happened, it could have all been different. So I think he belongs in the C tier for now. And the third signing of that season was Raphael Varane, the Rolls-Royce defender from Real Madrid. United brought him in for 40 million euros. And when fit, he was absolutely class. The problem, right, is that he missed over 10 Premier League games in his first season due to injury. And stat-wise, he made 29 appearances across all competitions in the 2021-22 season, and he only played 70% of United's league minutes. So that inconsistency puts him in B tier for me. And now on to the 2022 season. The year United decided that 100 million euros for a tricky winger with one leg was a great idea. And enter Antony from Ajax. Look, the guy's got flair, he's got some serious samba skills, but where are the end products? He ended his 2022-23 season with 4 goals and 2 assists in 25 Premier League appearances. That's like going to a Michelin star restaurant and getting a Big Mac. It's just absolute robbery. So that's C tier for Antony. And next up was Eriksen. This can be considered as a smart piece of business. I'm doing quotation marks, like you can see it. But a free transfer and an instant upgrade in creativity at the time, Eriksen made 30 appearances in the league, contributing to 8 assists and keeping the midfield ticking. Although some things have seemed to slow down now, at the time, what he brought for the price was an absolute bargain. So for me, it's probably going to be A tier. And then there's the big man, Casemero. He signed for 70 million euro from Real Madrid. And can we just take a minute and realize how Real Madrid have absolutely pulled United's pants down when it comes to the sales of Varane and Casemero? They made an absolute buck. But anyways, back to the Casemero signing. At first, you could say United overpaid for a 30-year-old. But then we watched him play. And Casemero ended his 2022-23 season with 7 goals and 6 assists across all competitions. But more importantly, he seemed to have brought skill and leadership to the midfield. And although it's not looking good for him right now after the Liverpool game, I still think when played in the right system, he's not that bad. So it's going to be B tier for the enforcer. And then fast forwarding a bit to 2023, and we've got the young Rasmus Højlund. And again, United seem to like overpaying for players. They paid 75 million euros for a 20-year-old from Atalanta. And Højlund's stats in Serie A weren't eye-popping, with only 9 goals and 32 appearances. But he seems to have got the raw potential to be a future star. And I definitely think there's going to be some improvement with the right coaching and if he can stay injury-free. So I'm going to be generous and give him a B tier. But there definitely is a chance to move up. And following him through the door was a signing that makes no sense to me, and it is Mason Mount for 55 million euros from Chelsea. He was supposed to add energy and creativity to the midfield, but so far it's been more like, well, a shadow of a player that he was in 2021. I don't know if it's the weight of the number 7 shirt, which I still think they should have never given to him. His first few games were nothing to write home about, and his last few as well. And while I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, right now it's just looking like a C tier for me. And then the last big signing of 2023, it was Andre Onana.
And Andre is not even my name, mate. Do you know what I mean?
United brought him in for 52 million euros to replace the legendary David De Gea. And let's be real, De Gea's shot-stopping skills was legendary, but his footwork, not so much. Onana, on the other hand, is what we consider a modern goalkeeper. Again, I'm doing quotation marks. Who is great with his feet, but sometimes he is a bit too risky. His passing stats are solid, averaging from 40 passes per game in Serie A with an 80% accuracy rate. Although this was playing in a team that knew how to defend and keep possession. But Onana had a few moments where we all collectively held our breath or burst out laughing. But still, he's an upgrade to David De Gea in terms of what United want to do for the future. So I think I'm gonna believe in him and give him a B tier. And then that brings us to 2024, the beginning of Ineos and a proper footballing department in years. And then United brought in Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna, 42.5 million euros. He's a promising striker, but like Rasmus, he only managed 10 goals in 33 Serie A games last season. For that price, you're expecting much more. Like Haaland, for example, although I think he's a robot, he costed 60 mil and he's tearing it up. So for Zirkzee, I think it's just a C tier. Again, definitely room for an upgrade. And the next signing, we've got Lenny Yoro, a 62 million euro defender from Lille at just 18 years old. I guess he's the perfect prospect for the future, but United kind of need him to deliver right now. But unfortunately, with an injury that's keeping him out for a while, I'm cautiously optimistic. And I think if Real Madrid are looking at you, you must be good. So he's going to go into B tier for me. And next up, the double signing from Bayern Munich is Matthias de Ligt, who's a certified beast of a centre back, and everywhere he goes, he manages to win trophies. Although only making 39 appearances for Bayern last season, he was rock solid in their defense when he played. But I still think there might be a reason why Eric Dyer of all players kept him out the side for some games. But as a United signing, I think it's exactly what United needed at the right time, so it's absolutely going to be an A tier. And following him in the doors of Carrington is Nazar Mazraoui, a right back who adds versatility. But again, he didn't play much at Bayern. But you could say it's probably the way Bayern played, with Joshua Kimmich as a right back and 3 centre backs, and it is difficult to keep Alphonso Davies out of a team. But as a United signing, I think it's going to be a B tier. And then finally, we have Manuel Ugarte from PSG. The Uruguayan midfielder is known for his aggressive play and tireless work ethic. With Ugarte's 85% of pass accuracy and over 2.5 tackles per game in League One last season, proves he's not here to mess around. And a lot of pressure is lying on his shoulders as a Manchester United player, because a lot of people think he's just going to come in and solve all our issues. But as a signing, I think it's A tier, and it is exactly what United need in order to play Casemero and Kobe or Bruno in a midfield that will work. So there we have it, guys. 3 years, dozens of signings, and a lot of money spent. United have had their hits and misses and a few absolute stinkers. But that's Manchester United for you. Never a dull moment. Did I get any of the rankings right? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit the like button and subscribe. It's absolutely free. And I will see you in the next one.